How's it going, everybody? This is the Smooth Admin, and today I would like to talk to you about how to set up a campaign in Salesforce Lightning and how to tie that campaign to a lead or opportunity. So, I recently got the chance to look into campaigns for the first time, and I found out pretty quickly that they're easy to set up and you get a lot of benefits from them right out of the box. So, I think they're pretty valuable and something worth looking into for any marketing department using Salesforce. So, uh, the first thing you should do is make sure that your security is set up properly. You need the regular access credentials on the object as you normally would, but you also need to make sure that this marketing user checkbox is true. This is what allows you to create new campaign records and also to import leads. So once you make sure that that's done, go to the campaign record, the campaign object, and then click this new button over here on the right hand side. And here's where you can start to fill out the information for your new campaign. So let's say I call this the uh, Western Fall Ad 2017. And I'm going to make this active. And this is going to be a direct mail ad. I'm going to make this in progress since we're simulating that this has already started. And I'll say that it started today and ended on the 5th. If you know your expected revenue numbers, you could put them in at this time. And then you can also put in the budgeted cost. So I'm just going to make up some numbers here for the purposes of this demo. You wouldn't really know the actual cost of the campaign yet, probably, until it's completely done. I mean, you could either leave it blank or you could put in the budgeted cost if you've already sent out the mail. But I'm just going to leave it blank for now. I'm going to just make up a expected response rate of 50%. But obviously that would be based on whatever you're predicting. And then if you know how many people you're sending out to, or if that's, maybe that's not even relevant to you and the type of campaign that you're doing. But in this case, if we're sending out mail to 200 people, I could put 200 here. And then, like an account, it will also let you tie it to a parent. So you can relate them, multiple campaigns to one parent campaign. But I'm just going to keep this simple for the purposes of this example and just leave that blank and leave the description blank and hit save. And now I've already got my campaign record created, and really that's the baseline to getting it set up. That there's really nothing else to do. Of course, you can log activities, and if you have chatter enabled, you can have chats about this campaign with other folks. But really, that's the basics for setting up the campaign in Lightning. So the next step where you start to get some valuable information is when you start to tie leads to this campaign. So there's a lot of ways that you can do that. You can manually add them, tie a lead to a campaign, or you can import leads, or if you have it programmatically set up to somehow automatically relate to that campaign as the lead gets created, that's even better. But to keep it simple and just show you an example, I'm just going to show a manually created lead and how I tie that to the campaign. So let's just say that I had a response from my direct mail campaign, and I know that Jim Smith at Smith Incorporated is interested in our product and maybe wants to talk to one of our sales reps. So I'm going to key in his information and make up his email address here. And If you know the lead source, you could put that here, but in this case, it's related to the campaign, so I'm just going to put other. And maybe or maybe not, he gave his address information, but we don't really need to fill that out for this example. So I'm going to hit save. So now I have a new lead, but it has nothing to do with that campaign at this point. But it's very simple to tie to the campaign. So you just go over to the campaign history related list and click the drop down arrow, click add to campaign, and then find the ad that you want to tie it to. So this was our West direct mail ad. And click next. I'm going to change the status to responded since we have heard back from him. Hit save. And now you can see this went from 0 to 1. I'm going to go back to my campaign tab. And I can now see that the number of members has went from 0 to 1. You can also see that in the details section. So now I already know that I have one. So imagine if you were importing leads and you imported 20 leads, this would jump up by 20. You quickly start to see on a regular basis what the impact of your campaign is. And then to take it a step further, it starts to get really helpful when this sales team engages and they start converting these leads into opportunities and opportunities into closed won projects. So let's take that same example lead that we put in, Jim Smith, click on him, and then we'll just say that this is uh, a great example of the sales guy contacted them. They want to purchase our product or at least have a discussion with the salesperson about it. So they have a valid project on the books. So our salesperson is going to convert this lead into an opportunity. And I'm just going to accept the default information, just like standard way of doing it in just a regular process. So I can now say I have my account, my contact, and opportunity records for Jim Smith, and I can go back here. I can just go to look at my opportunity. So here it is. Here's my new opportunity. But the really valuable part is if I go back to campaigns, I go back to the one we were working on. And now I can see my number of opportunities in the campaign has went from 0 to 1. So it's starting to tabulate that. So, and you can just, imagine if you had, several hundred leads that were generated from this campaign and the opportunities that were created from that, etc. So the final thing I wanted to show was this valuable part, which is if you uh, are able to close this business, you can see that reflected in the campaign as well. So I'm going to go back to my opportunity record. I'm going to say that this is a $3,000 opportunity. Oops. Yeah, $3,000. And then I know that projects typically don't move quite this fast, but for the purpose of this example, we'll we'll just say that this one was a deal that we did win. So I'm gonna click save on that. My status gets updated to close one. I go back to my campaign. And you can see now I've won $3,000 against this campaign. So this is what the marketing guys want to know. They want to know, is the money we're spending on these campaigns worth it? And with the campaign functionality in Salesforce, it's already built in for you. You don't have to go and calculate everything. It already shows right here. And then you, this campaign influence report isn't working in Salesforce Lightning. I'm not sure if they're going to fix that or not, but you could easily go to the report object and create a report for this information based off of campaigns joined with opportunities, and you'll easily be able to get a list of all the campaigns that were tied to. I'm sorry, all the opportunities that were tied to this campaign, and you can get that detailed information to kind of hone in on which customers were particularly valuable for this campaign. So that's all I wanted to show you today. I hope you enjoyed this video and hope you found it a little helpful, and maybe you'll check out campaigns. Uh, Thank you very much. Talk to you soon.